Okay, so the last two examples are evaluating. So when you evaluate, because it's sigma, you want to find the sum and you want to recognize if it's arithmetic or geometric. So then we can use the sum formula. So remember, for arithmetic, it was n over 2, a1 plus an, the first and the last. For geometric, it was a sub 1, 1 minus r to the n, all over 1 minus r. Okay, so let's look at the equation. So first of all, when you notice that this is just r to the first, that's your hint that this is an arithmetic. Okay, so we want to use this arithmetic sum formula. So n is the number of terms. So you have to think, if I'm plugging in 0, and then I plug in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 16. Well, 1 to 16 is 16 numbers. And then I also have to plug in 0. So we know that n is actually 17. So it's not just the number that's at the top, because it depends on what the index numbers go from. So our sum is going to be n over 2. And then we need to find the first term and the last term. So remember, to get the first term, you're going to plug in 0 for your variable, because that's the first index number. So 3 plus 5 times 0. So here's first term. We get 3 plus 5 times 0, which gives us 3. And then we need to find the last term. So the last term is when we plug in that top index number. So last term is 3 plus 5 times 16, which is 83. And then you want to type that into a calculator. So 17 divided by 2, parenthesis, 3 plus 83. And I got 731. Okay, and so it adds up all those terms. On the next formula, we've got number times a number to a power. So because our exponent has the variable, this is a geometric equation. We're never going to have you write out 30 terms, so it's either going to be arithmetic or geometric. If it's an exponent, it's geometric. If it's just x to the first or r to the first, it's arithmetic. So for our sum formula, we're going to use this. So our first term, remember, is when we plug in that bottom index number. So first term, we get 3 times 3.5 to the 0. So type that into a calculator and we get 3. So our first term is 3. 1 minus, remember, our base is the ratio. So our ratio is 3.5. N is the number of terms. So same idea. If I plug in 0 and then I want to stop when I plug in 30, well, 1 to 30 is 30. And then if I add 0, that's one more term. So I get 31 numbers. All over 1 minus our ratio. Okay? And that's our sum. So if we type that into a calculator, 3 parenthesis, 1 minus 3.5 to the 31st power divided by 1 minus 3.5. Okay, so now this one is really, really, really large. So it is 8.8163865. That's in scientific notation. And then your calculator says e to the 16th. So it's times 10 to the 16th power. So this is a really large number. And that happens a lot with geometric sums. Okay? So go ahead and now that you've got 5.9 and 5.10 done, for the topics, use your notes and try the practice questions, okay?